back. Do other members wish to be recognized on the amendment?
I do, Madam Chair. I'd move to strike the last word.
The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to thank the ranking member for bringing this amendment forward. Veterans and the access of veterans that they have to capital is important to me. I'd like to have the opportunity to visit in this setting with Secretary Yellen to ask questions about what the Department of Treasury is doing to make sure that these programs that we fund as a federal government are putting capital in the hands of veterans. In my district, I'm very proud to be the host district for Offutt Air Force Base, one of our nation's leading strategic command centers for not only the nuclear triad, but the 55th wing of the U.S. Air Force. We have, because of that, a lot of airmen and women that work in Bellevue, Nebraska, in Sarpy County, Nebraska, and when they're done with their service, want the opportunity at the American dream by starting a business. And too often than not, some of these programs are difficult to access. The veterans often don't know where to go. These are men and women that have served their country at home and abroad. They've been on missions that most of us would never want to even talk about. And when they complete their service, they look at the opportunities that they have, and they want to locate where their kids are going to school. And the education that the kids receive in Bellevue, Nebraska is stellar. And that's why we see so many airmen deciding to stay in Sarpy County, Nebraska, and live in eastern Nebraska. I want to specifically talk about an opportunity for the Small Business Administration and veterans. And I'd like to share this opportunity with Secretary Yellen, and I'd like to get her opinion on what the SBA can do specifically to make sure that this capital gets in the hands of veterans. Mayor Rusty Hike in Bellevue, Nebraska has led the way on redeveloping what they call Old Town Bellevue. This is where the first settlers following Lewis and Clark made their way across the Missouri River, Iowa to Nebraska, and settled what became Fort Crook as a U.S. Army base. This is where Standing Bear had his trial, where the federal district court declared that I am a man, and it was historically significant. Mayor Hike is in the process of revitalizing Old Town by bringing multi-use real estate opportunities together, and he wants to see small businesses grow and thrive, and that means he needs veterans. There's over 10,000 active service members that are on the Offutt Air Force Base. Think about how many veterans we have just in this one county in eastern Nebraska, men and women that have served their country and should have the opportunity to take advantage of a small business administration program, but yet often these veterans are unaware of the program. They often don't have the skills necessary to put a business plan together. They would benefit from the wraparound services that are available to veterans. And so with the ranking member's amendment today, it gives us an opportunity to talk about a priority, I think, for this committee, talk about a priority that we should be talking to Secretary Yellen about to find out what, in fact, is the plan for veteran-owned businesses and to increase opportunities for our veterans. Because we know what happens when we don't provide opportunities to veterans and we don't recognize their service. Oftentimes, as we know, given some of the things that they've seen, veterans really struggle later in life. I work with a lot of veterans that deal with PTSD, that have seen things and done things in service to our country that makes it difficult sometimes just to manage daily life. These are the people that also are entrepreneurs and business people. And with the access to capital and the Small Business Administration or the wraparound services, we need to know as a committee, where are we going with veteran-owned businesses? What are the priorities? And how do we help places like Old Town Bellevue revitalize itself in such a historic spot and build on Mayor Rusty Hike's vision? With that, Madam Chair, I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. Do other members